everybody. Whoa. Woo, woo. I gotta refill my water. Hold on. What up? What up? How's it going? What up, Dark Emperor? What up? Let's see. Do I want to paint this guy? I got these. I might put some texture paint on those just cause. Nah, I can do that later. Yeah. Actually, maybe I will. All right. Warcraft 3 actually did run fine because I switched it to classic mode. Apparently that was a thing. I didn't even know about just being able to switch to classic mode. What up, Chef Peace? Hold on, there we go. Where's my texture thing? Here it is. I'm gonna texture these guys up. Hello, Tina. Alright. Just gonna spread it around. Don't want to go too crazy. Here we go. What miles we doing today? Currently I have no idea, so I'm just adding texture paint to one of my grot guys. Very carefully. I get some. Oh god. Alright, that works, that works. Get a tiny bit here, yep. Just kinda work it into the back area good. Tiny bit more. Just gotta cover all the spots. A little bit more. There we go. Alright, it should be, actually there's a little bit here. Oh! How do I? That works. Alright. And a tiny bit right here. Uh-oh. And right here. Oh god, and in here. Good. And then I just gotta get some in here. Don't get it on him. Come on. There we go. I don't really mind if I get some on him, because it's like, you know, he's probably going to be getting in the mud anyway. So it's not too crazy to get some on him. At least his feet. Alright, there we go. Now I just paint the base. Hold on. There he goes. Paint the base, and then it'll look better. So I'll let that dry. Yeah, let me move the light. There we go. What up, what up? Start painting your first army. Nice. What's for dinner? The classic. Chicken, ginger rice. A staple. I wasn't actually going to stream tonight because I was playing Warcraft 3 with everybody earlier today, and they were all streaming, and then I was getting some eye strain, so I was like, well, I don't really want to play any, like, computer game stuff. So then I was like, I could just paint. So here I am. Paint. Probably can't see this that well, but it's alright. I didn't even plan on doing this. I was just like, I'll just do this little, like, mud textured thing. One more. Yeah. There we go. There. Neat. So now he's got mud. Let that dry. Cool. What? New Cox and Crendor is pretty great. Thanks. Thank you. And White Lace just subscribed. Thank you, White Lace. White. For subscribing. Alright. Move them back. So I could start painting this Orc Shaman. I could keep painting this guy I was painting. I could... Let's see, what else do I got over here? I could paint some of these. Could paint that. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna start painting this guy. That's what I'll do. Alright. Because, I mean, the new battle tome for these guys is coming out pretty soon, so I may as well start as Zenithal primed him. So let's do that. He's got like a skull backpack thing too, so I'm gonna start with some skull color, I don't know. Maybe Morghast Bone's good. Probably be good. There's also Wraithbone, there's also Xandri Dust. I like Morghast Bone.
Thanks.
What do you use for priming? I don't know, the Games Workshop primers. Mainly just either black, Wraithbone, or Grey Seer. Shake the paint. This one's needs a little shaking, hasn't been used in a while. Jassot, 17 months, chill painting stream, resubbing. Thank you, Jassot. 17. Sweet. Thank you for the 17 months. Alright, that'll be good. Alright, use this one. Yeah, one more. Alright. Water. 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 This is a pretty thick paint. Maybe even a little more water. That's pretty good. Maybe even a tiny bit more. That'll be good enough. Yeah, it'll be good. Alright. So now, I guess it starts up here, but I'll start back here.
Thanks.
Let's see how it looks. That's pretty good. Let's see. I think it's thinned down enough. Maybe even a little more water. Let's see now. That's a little better. Alright. I think this is part of his thing. Looks like it. Looks like it. Okay. Alright, uh-oh. That's fine, I'll mess up a little bit. In here. I think this is part of his sleeve. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, because that's the skull, and then that's that. Alright. Yuzi Kid with the 15 months. Save the 15 months. Yuzi Kid, 79, 15. It's like they were the 15 months. See, I told you, Jesse was not gonna keep painting. He painted for his sponsorship thing, and then he stopped. He's not a true Warhammer nerd. A little bit on there. Let's see. He's not a true Warhammer nerd. Also, this has a lot of gaps in it because it was pushed to fit, but I also don't care enough to, like, do anything. I also have another one they sent me, so, like, I could just do that one, but I really don't care that much about gaps. Good. Get a little bit on the inside. Yeah. Did I ever stream a game of Warhammer? I mean, I did a non-content battle report on my Warhammer channel where I played against myself. Would I ever stream a game? I don't know. I might. Maybe. It'd probably depend. I'd have to, like, get a setup and everything. That's the hardest part, is just setting everything up. It's easier to make a video out of it because you can like take breaks, and if the camera dies, you just charge the battery and come back later. So I mean, it's not too bad. I think I need more water. If you mess up rules, you can restart. This just makes it easy. Alright. But I did like making my non-content battle report. I'm definitely doing more of those. That was fun. Okay. Good. All right. What spots did I miss? Up here. Alright, alright. Gotta get... up top. Whoop. Maybe... a little bit here. A little bit underneath. What am I painting? This is the Swamp Caller Shaman from the new Cruel Boys. And I'm painting him because the new Battle Tome is finally coming out, thank God. It's supposed to be out in August. Now it's finally coming out. I get all that? A little bit. Okay, I gotta get here. Oh god. Alright. Okay, I think coat 1 is pretty much done. Are these parts of... I don't know if these are like parts of the bone or not. Maybe I'll just paint them anyway, because whatever. I guess I will.
Thanks.
Are these parts of the bone? I don't think they are. Yeah. Alright, so I got layer 1. So, you know, obviously it's a little transparent, but that's why you do 2 thin coats, so you don't cover up your details. This is Age of Empires 2 music. Yep. Oh, I've seen your videos on YouTube. Nice. I have indeed been on YouTube for very long. I'm a caveman of the internet. Oh no, Nick, 31 months. Saw you playing Warcraft 3 earlier on Gmart stream. Have you tried Elemental Tower Defense standalone game? It's like custom games, very fleshed out, highly recommended. So any plans of playing Psychonauts? Possibly. No plans right now, but it is possible, because it did look pretty fun. Thank you for the 31 months. What's 31? Sweet. Thank you for the 31 months. Alrighty. Now, go back. For layer number 2. thin it too much? I think that one's pretty consistent. Alright. Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't crash on Warcraft 3. That was at least nice. So I guess you just gotta play in the classic settings. So, you know, not the remastered version whatsoever. Alright. I've actually been building a lot of my Ossiarch Bone Reapers. So that's been pretty fun. Good. So I'm excited to play them. And then, for my battle report stuff, I'll have like 5 armies to play, technically. With Seraphon, I actually have enough lizard men to like do a Seraphon or lizard men v lizard men game because I have too much and then some. Oh, I didn't even get under here. I didn't even get right here. Oh my god. Alright, got that. Woo! Very nice. Finishing up building Imperial Nobility Team for Season 2 edition of Blood Bowl. Never played tabletop, beloved video game. How much of a struggle is painting for your first time? I don't even think it's like a struggle, really. I think once you get in the hang of it, it's really not bad. I think it's just you have to realize that the first time you do anything, it's gonna be the worst version of what you do. So I think one of the best things you can do is just doing the painting and like getting it out of the way right away, and then you're like, alright, well now I got a feel for like how to paint and how to do all this, and then you just kind of go from there, and you just constantly improve. I think a lot of people get stuck at that, they get stuck at that point of like, they want to do something, they're like, oh, but if I do it, it's going to be bad. And then they just don't do it. But it's like, if you just go ahead and do it, you just get that out of the way, and then you start improving. And then you learn, and then you get better. And then you can learn different techniques and get better at everything. I mean, you know, I went back and looked at my old stuff and even, like, touched some of it up a little bit. I didn't want to touch it up too much, but you go back and you're like, oh my god, what was I doing here? What was I doing here? Look at this. Why did I do that thing? It's like if you watched Jesse do painting. That's a good example. It's a great example of what not to do. There we go. A little bit here. Be in here. There we go. Alright, so now you can see it's definitely looking a little better. You get the too thin coat. So at first you're like, I don't know, that looks a little too transparent, Krendor. And then you paint it again with a second coat, and then you're like, oh, now I see. It's the old too thin coats. Because if you don't thin the paint down and you do one thick paint coat, it's just gonna look really gloppy. And, not good. Plus it's a little harder to control. So when you thin the paint, it's easier to control as well. That just messes up a lot of the details, because if it's really thick and gloppy, it's going to get in the details and just kind of mess it all up. Okay. And if you don't like something, the best part is you can always paint over it. So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I messed up. But really, I mean, you can always just paint over something. Doesn't matter. Which is another benefit of, like, thinning your paint, is you kind of have an easier time painting over something. A bit in here. Get some of the areas that aren't as covered. Probably underneath. Yeah, this is the Swamp Call of Shaman from the new Age of Sigmar Cruel Boy line. They have a lot of detail. They're like some really good models. Yeah. Especially after painting so many older ones. Like Lizardmen and Skaven and everything. Let's see, a little more here. Yeah, he's got the pot grot. I can show him off because he's been drying with his texture paint a little, well, long enough. Let's see. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. And neat. Alright, there we go. Now it's looking pretty solid. Pretty solid. Oh yeah, he's got some bad gaps in him. But I really don't mind because he's push fit, so I could literally just take him apart after he's already painted and then like snip it off and glue it. So I don't really care. Plus, you know, I actually think it looks kind of cool because it makes it look like the skull is cracked in certain places almost. Maybe not the big one, but you know, it's easy to fix. So we got that. Here's my pot grot. Here he is. Pot grot. It's cooking up stuff. I gotta paint the rim. Here's Stab Grot. He's not done yet, but he's got some armor at least. He's ready to stab. And here's my banner guy. This is the guy I spent a while on. I I spent forever just doing the different types of leather. So I was like, I had some red leather, I had some brown leather, I had some darker brown leather, I had some light brown leather, I had some orange leather, and I was just like piecing it all together. And then I repainted his banner, because I didn't like it to this color, because I was like, I think brass fits it more, so then, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Maybe I'll paint his skin next. I'll just use my typical orc skin I like. Where is it? It's like, where's the green? I like the one they give. It's like the orc flesh. Is this it? There you go, orc flesh. Shake the paint. Shake the paint. Neat. Whoop. Let's drop that. Okay, I might even blend some. Let's do that. I'm gonna blend this. I'm gonna blend I don't know. I'm blending like a moot green. That could be fun. What paints do you prefer? I just have a bunch of Citadel paints. I know some people use Vallejo and everything else, but I'm lazy. And I'm not really trying to win any like competitions or anything. Whoop. Alright, and water. This one's a little thicker. I was using a wet palette. I love using a wet palette. I used to not use one. I think not using a wet palette is actually pretty good. Let's see if this blends better. It's good when you're starting. And it kind of teaches you on how to blend paints a little bit better. Because I noticed when I first started and I used the wet palette, I just wasn't really good at blending paint as much, so it's, I don't know. I feel like it's good to learn without a wet palette and then graduate to the wet palette. That'll be good. Alright. As long as you're thinning the paint, that's all that matters. Just always be thinning the paint, no matter what you're doing. Okay. Good. It's funny because when I got into, when I got back into Warhammer like 2 years ago, I was like, I'm just gonna do this for nostalgia. And so that was my main thing. I was like, I'll just do this as a little nostalgia trip, because Classic WoW came out then too, so I was like, oh, it'll be like nostalgia year, right? So I got my lizard men, or my Seraphon, I guess, and then you paint some, or you build and you paint them, and then you're like, alright, I'm gonna get some more. And then you get more, and then you start looking at other armies, and then before you know it, you start playing the game, and then you start buying stuff just to play the game. And then you end up with an empty wallet and a bunch of plastic. Or fine cast if you like the armies I like. It's kind of like drugs. A little bit. At least not League of Legends, so you know. Got that going. It's a lot easier on the blood pressure compared to League of Legends. Right there, gotta get this finger. Hold on, there we go. I like here. I think it's part of a tree or part of his staff thing. Oh well. Okay. So yeah, but I actually love playing the game. There we go. I've tried watching 40K and everything like that, but I just don't care as much about 40K, and the game feels more... Game looks like it's less fun, honestly. And every time I see people, they're just like, yeah, I brought a list and I've already lost. Like, it's essentially like, hey, you know, I put together a list and, that's all that matters, because I'm going to lose because this list is bad or something. While with Sigmar, you can literally play anything and be like, hey, I might win. Your odds can drop if you play like the Gits, but... still got a shot. Gotta get in there. Oh god. I'll have to paint over that later, uh-oh. I'll fix it in post. This is therapeutic, thank you. Hey, no problem. That's what the painting's all about. Just chilling out. It's like a modern Bob Ross thing. Instead of painting pictures, you paint miniatures. Is that his leg? You know, I don't think that's his leg. In fact, it's not his leg. So we're going to stop painting that part. Alright. It looked like it was his leg, but it was not. 40K is very Space Marine from what I've seen as well, yeah. Which, again, if you know me, I hate fantasy humans. Any type of fantasy human, can't stand it. Even in my D&D. Even my D&D goblin can't stand humans. Excited for AOS First Army's Auric Warclans. Nice. New book's coming out soon. I take it that's why you're doing it. Well, plus they got new models and everything, so I mean, it's a good one to get started with. I'm excited because I have all of the old Auric Warclan units, so I'm hoping those get buffed. And then I can mix in some other orcs. So it'll be nice. I literally have 30... No. 30... I think I have 40 or 50 Savage Auric models that don't have bows or weapons, and I'm waiting to see how they... what their new War Scroll cards are before I build them. Right now I'm leaning towards Arrow Boys, and I'm hoping they give them Arrow Boy buffs. But if not, I'll have to build them something else, and I'll probably still build some Arrow Boys, but we'll see. That'll be fine. Should I get a little bit in here. There we go. Whew. I mean, listen, a lot of people love fantasy human and sci-fi human, and that's why they sell very well. But personally, I don't. I like my weird orcs, goblins, lizards, beasts, rats, human-esque races. I just think they're more fun. I've always been like that, though. Even, like, growing up, I would always want to play the weird villain characters over the good guys. So one of my friends, whenever we'd play stuff, he'd be like Star Wars. He'd be like, oh, I want to be like the Luke Skywalker. And I was like, nah, dude, give me like Darth Vader and all the weird villain dudes. So that was just me. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, that'll be good. I still have to. Oh god, I just. Woo. Oh boy, yep. There we go. Okay, slowly but surely. Yeah, like the only 40k army I have is Necrons, and part of that is because I always was like, I don't really like any 40k stuff, and then they sent me, back when it came out, the Indominus box, and I was like, they look pretty neat, so I built the Necron stuff and painted it. Well, painted some of it. So I do have Necrons, but I still just prefer fantasy Sigmar stuff. I don't know. That's just what I like. Whoop. Like even with orcs, one of my favorite orcs is the savage orcs because they have like boars they're riding around on. They have a bunch of, like, just prehistoric weapons, just big spears. Like, I love that. Oh, God, is that his... I don't know if I have to, like, get in here or not. I'll figure it out later. I'll just keep painting his hand. Yeah, that's why you choose Horde over Alliance. That is why I chose Horde over Alliance at the start, honestly. Good. It's alright if I paint the bowl. It's gonna get painted over anyway. Alright, go here. And all my friends chose Alliance. I feel like people have that happen even at Warhammer. Like, some people are probably getting into it with their friends, and then some are like, yo, let's play 40k, and then like a couple are like, nah, I want to play Sigmar, and they're like, nah, play 40k, and then they're like, okay. Or vice versa, I don't know. But I feel like it's more common the other way. Okay. Looking good. Might blend a little bit of that. There we go. Yeah, Sigmar actually has a lot of really good models. In fact, I think they focus more on Sigmar than they do 40k because, I mean, it's like you said, 40k is like people buy Space Marines. They're like, here's Space Marines. Well, with Sigmar, they're like, hey, here's like the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, new Bone Faction. They got like crazy new models. They got like new orcs, and like they can get a little more experimental with it comparatively. So I think if they get a little experimental with 40k, they got to go into the lore, and then people are gonna be like, that's the noise they'll make. Alright. Okay, go up. Good. Yeah, like it's like slimy orc skin. That's what I'm looking for. They could be Mountain Dew Code Red injectors. I said that it feels like people that play 40k are a little more sweaty, physically and emotionally. And a lot of Sigmar people are a lot more casual and kind of laid back. More of the like beer and pretzel crowd, I think. You know? Something I've noticed. Okay. And a lot of people that play 40k that go to Age of Sigmar, they become a little more like laid back and casual. I feel like it's just part of the environment. Like, even from just being around a lot of people, like, buying, buying stuff, like, when you're playing games in a store, a local game shop, you'll hear people be like with Age of Sigmar, like, oh, man, like, this, these dwarves look pretty cool, maybe I'll play them, or like, oh, this is pretty neat, like, I'll check this out, and the 40k people are like,
if I run 2 tanks, my list... Yeah, I could be able to do that, but obviously, in the lore, I'm not going to be able to do the... Yeah.
Like, it sounds like that. I don't even know what they're saying, but it comes across. I worked for GW before AOS, trying to see if people had more before the story. It's the 14. Black Crusade Forever. Wow, I literally know nothing about 40k lore, to be honest. I know, like, little tidbits here and there, but I'm not a big lore person, so I'm like, it doesn't really matter to me that much. Like, I'll look into something and they'll be like, Ossiarch Bone Reapers. They're like, oh, it's like Nagash's army, and they're like super skeletons that he's creating to fight. And I'm like, cool, that's pretty neat. But, like, they could be like, Nagash literally vomited and the Ossiarch Bone Reapers appeared. And I'd be like, alright, cool. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I got that. Did I get the... Eep. Okay. I could do this. Does anyone know what TB played? Did he play Thousand Suns? I think he played Thousand Suns. Dude, I wish I could have made fun of TB and been like, da, 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 and he would have been like, you are dumb. Actually, I probably would have been able to make him play Age of Sigmar, and then he probably would have gotten me to play 40k. I still think it would have been fun to do a podcast with him with Warhammer stuff. That would have been great. And I know he would have did it, without a doubt. Because he would have had someone else to nerd out over Warhammer stuff with. And then he'd be then we'd have both. He'd be the 40k, I'd be the Sigmar. You know? The yin, the yang. Jesus. Okay. Alright. I gotta get his face. That's what I gotta do. I want to water it down a little bit more. Let's see. Heyo. A bitty, little bitty. Okay, make sure I'm not doing something incorrectly. Maybe a little bit. Okay. Alright, so now, you can see here, he's got some, like, Green Goblin effects going on, you know? See a little Spider-Man action? It's coming along. Currently my armies are... I have Seraphon. I have, Orcs. Like, I have, like, Ironjaw, Bone Splitter, and Cruel Boy Orcs. I have Beasts of Chaos, because suffering. I have... What else do I have? I have a bunch of Night Haunt, even though I don't even play Night Haunt, because it's just... Back when I first got into this, they sent me a, like, media pack. You know when you're like, hey, I'm a cool person trying to get on the Warhammer Cool Kid list. And they're like, oh, hey, we'll just send you stuff. And they sent me, like, a bunch of Night Haunt and Stormcast. And I was like, I don't want the Stormcast, but I'll build the Night Haunt. So I did. And that's the end of that. They're easy to build, most of them, because they were, like, push fit. No, they weren't too bad to put together. They're very flimsy, though. I have Skaven. I literally just spent like a month and a half building Skaven back in the start of summer. Still fantastic. Love Skaven. And then I have Ossiarch Bone Reapers, which I've been building. So I'm pretty excited to play them, because they're a little more basic. They're kind of like Orcs, where it's just, you just move forward, you hit stuff, and you don't die. But they got a Trebuchet, and as soon as I saw that Trebuchet, I was like, dude, sign me up. I love Trebuchets. I play the Skaven Trebuchet, even though it sucks ass, just because I'm like, you gotta play the Trebuchet. I gotta paint his tongue. But I gotta, like, just, you put the tip of the brush in, get a tiny bit of red, and then not hit anything. So here we go. I've also been watching, I watch a lot of battle reports. I watch, well, Age of Sigmar battle report. I watch, like, 3 main Warhammer channels. I watch Seasons of War, which is pretty good battle reports, because they're all pretty good. I watch Rerolling Ones, because they're more of, like, casual, having fun battle reports. And then I watch, the Warhammer Weekly, where they just talk about stuff. Those are the main ones. I also, I'll occasionally watch the Goober Town, where he's like, I'm Goober Town Hobbies. My name is Brent. And I'm Goober. I wish he would have called himself Goober. That would have been funny. Although maybe he does, just not officially. My name is Goober. Alright, here we go. More water. Alright, don't need a lot. In fact, I'm gonna clean that off. Alright, here we go. Tiny bit. Here we go. Balance is key. Did I do it? Oh. I got part of his tongue. Hold on. This is like what surgeons must feel like. Here we go. Hold on, if I flip it this way, it's a little better. Oh my god, there's like one part of his... Here, I don't know if you can see it. There's like one part of his tongue I got. No, you can't really see it. It's too dark. One part of his tongue I got, and another part I just gotta get like this way. Here we go. Get a little more. I do actually have one of the model holder things. I'm just too lazy to use it, even though it would take like 2 seconds to do. Oh my god, come on. Come on. Use my shaky hands as a attribute. Alright, God, there's one little part. I guess it doesn't really matter if I get it on his teeth, because I'm gonna paint him anyway, so I mean... It's not like too bad. Or it just looks like he's been eating blood. I don't know. Oh god. Alright, you know what? I got it pretty good enough. He kinda has, I got a little on his teeth, but... That'll be fine. Boop, boop. Nurse hand with a small airbrush. Boom. I came back from a concert, I'm pretty hammered, lost my Blood Bowl match. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. At least you can forget it quickly. I'm literally at 0-3-0 now. 3 draws. Alright, so I got that. I don't know what color I want to paint his robe. I guess with green you can go like black, or you can go red, because it's like on the color wheel, green and red. Or maybe like a darker red. Like a magenta or something, or maybe a... I don't know. That could be good. I'm probably not gonna paint his robe tonight though, because I'm already... Dinner's probably be ready very soon. As it's already... probably like 5 minutes. Mamma mia. Let's see, I got the skull. Dude, I'm happy with this skull. I think it turned out great. Yeah, he is pretty bright, so I think contrasting it... Like, there's what do I got here? Like, this is what I'm kind of... There's, like, Gal Vorback red. It's like a darker red. So, like, mixing that with, I don't know. Something. Do I have any 40k stuff? I do, but I don't really care about it. I mainly just have Necrons, and I painted them a bit, but I'm more into fantasy. And Sigmar. Will that be good? I think it'd kind of be good. Although maybe I would darken it down with like a really dark bluish color. Like a Night Lord's blue. Or the blue. Yeah, it's like the darkest blue. Actually, the Fang blue. Yeah. I'm gonna try it. I wanna see what it looks like. Let's see. That's a thick paint. Oh my god. That is thick. That is 2 C's thick. Alright. Still a little thick. Alright, then... I'm gonna try mixing it with some of this, see how it works. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. I don't know why, I feel like blue and red would mix pretty well until like a weird color. Where it's like black, but not quite super black. Maybe I'm also crazy. That's also possible. Oh wait, no, it makes purple. What am I doing? Dinner's ready. Mamma mia. Well, folks, today we learned that red and blue make purple. You may have not known that, but now you do. Just gonna keep mixing it. What do you want, a purple robe? Nah. I don't think I do. Well, I don't know. I feel like a swamp orc wouldn't have a purple robe. Although maybe it'd be cool. I'll figure it out a different time. I got time. I'm happy with what I painted so far. Lancer Eagle gifted Toaster Woman a sub. Thank you, Lancer Eagle. Sweet. Thank you very much. So yeah. Yo, honestly, pretty solid. Got like the skin color down. Very brightish green, and got the skull, which I'm happy about. I think the skull turned out pretty good. And yeah, and then next time I can figure out the robe color and then start painting some of the other stuff too. And that'll be good. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new here, click the follow button, follow along, be alerted when I go live. I usually do Warhammer painting like once a week. I do have a Warhammer YouTube channel though, Warhammer in the chat. I got a whole bunch of Warhammer stuff over there, including a non-content battle report where I play against myself, Seraphon versus Skaven. It's quite the sight to see. Thanks to everybody who subscribed, resubscribed, drop bits, drop tips, gifted subs. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Okay. See ya. I gotta go turn it off now, so we're not quite done. I gotta do this. I gotta do. And